check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, we back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Appreciate the love, support. And let's get to talking about Kovalev and Anthony Yarde. I do a breakdown prediction. For some reason, in my mind, I thought the Luke Campbell, Lomachenko fight was this weekend, but no, it's just Yarde and Kovalev, and also got a fight on FS1, Brandon Figueroa, Mark Figueroa, younger brother, fighting. Hopefully he pay his coach and he don't try to run a mom and pop organization. And it's another major fight on that weekend, I think. I'm not really sure, but it's a few fights on this weekend. But Kovalev and Yarde, man, Yarde's about 6 foot, Kovalev like around the same height. I really like both of them. As far as fighters, personalities, nobody really cares for Sergey Kovalev, okay? And with Sergey Kovalev, it's basically a reinvention of himself. And had he learned some of these tricks, or had he listened to Don Turner and John David Jackson, we probably not even having a conversation about if he loses to Andre Ward, because he wouldn't be having those problems. But it's just that Buddy McGurf has taught him how to utilize changing speeds of his punches, and now he's starting to last. Give me 1 second. He's starting to last stamina wise. And imagine if he was like so many years younger, using these new tricks that he got as far as changing speeds on his punches. Then we're not even sitting here talking about him losing or nothing like that. But he didn't listen to nobody, man. And that's what John David Jackson keep telling people in behind the scenes. I heard it's a little deeper than that, but that's not what for me to tell. But Anthony Yarde, let's talk about him. He's 6 foot. Really don't have no reach on his arms. That just tell you he ain't even been in a big fight yet. They don't even have reach on his arms in boxing scene. That's why I put on my computer. I couldn't remember. He was 28-0. I mean, he's 28. He's 18-0 with 17 knockouts. But really, the longest he ever been was 7 rounds. He been in distance once, and that was in like his second fight. Don't have a huge amateur background at all. But his first few fights, guys with records at 5-38-2, 3-10-2, 2-15. His fourth fight was a guy who was 0-11-1. The next fight was 5-5 and nothing. 5-13, 1-3, 11-21, 22-10, 5-12, 6-1-1. Then he steps up after a while, 18-1, 25-6, 35-4-1, 26-9-2, 27-3-3, 21-4-0. And he fought Travis Reeves this March, who was 17-3-2 from America that we never heard from. And that's one of the scariest things about Anthony Yarde is his resume, man. That scares me away from him. Kovalev, we ain't even got to speak about Kovalev. We much already know about him. He 36 years old, 72.5-inch reach, 6 foot. He's fighting out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida now, by way of Russia. They fight in his hometown in this fight in Russia. If you didn't know, now you know. It's this Saturday. Should be on around maybe, I'm not sure, the Russian time. But he's 33-3. It'll be on ESPN Plus too. 1 draw, 28 knockouts, 2 KOs. He recently, just in February, beat Aldir Alvarez after getting knocked out by him in August, So he redeemed himself in January and February and lost in August 2018 by knockout. I picked Alvarez to win both of those fights. Second fight, I was kind of weary that Alvarez was partying too much. Igor Malakov, he fought Shabransky. I think he won his title back in that fight. Andre Ward twice, Shalumba, John Pascal, he retired him. He knocked him out the first time they fought. Bernard Hopkins, Blake Campello, Cedric Agnew, Ismail Sala, Nathan Cleverly, Cornelius White. I remember those fights was on Gabriel Capello, was all on NBC Sports Darnell. But he fought a lot of just different fighters, man. And he just got a deeper lineage. Just a deeper resume than Anthony Yarde. But to talk about actually the weaknesses and strengths, man. That's how we do it here. The strengths of Kovalev is that, for one, he's starting to listen. He listens to Buddy McGurk. Don Kerner Kovalev, John David Jackson, he didn't listen to. I think that's his best thing. He's finally listening. Really good jab, really good 1-2. He got power in his straight punches. Really good straight puncher. He good from the outside. If he's able to keep you at the end of his punches, Kovalev can really knock your power out. And the energy company ain't going to be able to put it back in by the time you need to win the fight to get up. So he got really good straight punches, man. Really good 1-2. Really good stiff jab to the body. He throw the right hand to the body. Really, that's just Kovalev in a nutshell. Really good boxer from range. Got some really good, foot movement, and kind of, he ain't as upright and stiff as some of the other UK fighters, but he's not like really amateurish like Lomachenko or Usyk neither. He kind of got his own professional style. He kind of remind you more of the fighters that he despised as a black fighter, because he trained with black coaches. But he got kind of that movement and that rhythmic. He kind of got a little rhythmic movement. It ain't like Roy Jones or Hopkins or no shit like Mayweather, but he kind of got a rhythmic movement that's mixed with his Russian style. And I think that suits him really, really well. Anthony Yarde, good movement, man. I was surprised to see how good of a fighter he was. I've seen him fight before, but it's been a minute. He got an 8-year advantage. It's an 8-year age advantage. He 8 years younger. Really good jab. He fight like a Mayweather. He kind of remind you of Andrew Tabiti a little bit, with more power. He kind of remind you like that. Keep his hands up. He way more muscular for his weight class than Tabiti. Good left hook, good check left hook. Really good jab. He jabbed to the body. Good right hand. He got power in both hands. Good foot movement. He seemed to be a really, really well-schooled fighter, man. He able to slip a lot of shots, and he able to fight at range. He able to close the distance. He's a very well-rounded fighter, better than I gave him credit for. And he got He got good hand speed, good body punching, and they all gonna get hit at some point in time. And seem to be able to go really hard. But he got just really good skills. He kind of remind you of a classic Mayweather fighter, man. As far as just his overall profile, man. He moving his head, picking shots off, rolling shots. So, that check left hook and left hook he got is really, really good, really, really accurate. Good right hand, good jab to the body, right hand to the body. Yarde really impressed me. You talking about the weaknesses for Anthony Yarde. One of the biggest weaknesses is that I noticed is experience, man. Not being going 12 rounds. We seen Teofimo Lopez step up versus a regional fighter from Japan, and he goes 12 rounds and he struggles a little bit. And hopefully for Anthony Yarde, that won't be the case, because Kovalev is seeming to figure out some of his stamina issues at 36 years old. And obviously it's a question about Yarde's stamina and not going past 7 rounds. And mentally, not just physically, but mentally, that being the pressure on him. Is he going to be able to take Kovalev power? We don't know about Yarde chin. We don't know about, his stamina. So those are two huge things about him, and just overall experience on the championship level. And he didn't move up the right way. It's not a lot of technical things that I could tell you that's wrong with Anthony Yarde. Yeah, he get hit with a few punches, but everybody gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I can't tell you a lot about his issues, and I can't check off the stamina, check off the chin, because he hasn't moved up in the level of competition the right way. Had he moved up versus competition a lot better, then we're not sitting here talking about some of these things. So that's just the weaknesses that I see in him. He do get hit with some shots, but they all get hit with shots. We gotta see if he really can do what he do versus Kovalev and make the adjustment. But those is weakness for Kovalev. He don't have a looping shot. He trying to loop an overhand right, into there, but you don't really have to worry about Kovalev generating power with a left hook or right hand hook, or really with a real overhand right. Kovalev is a 1-2 fighter, man. Kovalev is a fighter that live off his jab, live off the 1-2 up and down, and he can hurt you with the 1-2. But really, if he loop a shot, he loop a left hook or overhand right, it just seemed not to have, or right hook, it seemed not to have the same power that his straight punches got. And Kovalev has never took time to master a left hook, and Roy Jones has pointed that time and time again. Obviously, 36 years old. You gotta wonder about that. Obviously, he got problems taking it to the body. You gotta worry about that. Anthony Yarde is a good body puncher, like I mentioned. Obviously, you got the thing with the plane. You got the legal problems hanging over his head. You got him looking ahead to Canelo Alvarez. It's a lot of distractions for Sergey Kovalev going into this fight. And at the end of the day, he's fighting a young, athletic fighter. And I don't think he's the same guy that he was when he fought Bernard or Andre Ward. In my opinion, I think this is a lesser fighter, but still a really good fighter and experienced enough. And also, you got to wonder where his mind going to be fighting in his hometown, especially dealing with the plane incident and dealing with the situations that he's dealing with the Casey guy versus the woman in Big Bear. But just looking at this fight, man, early on, we going to know. First round, I think Kovalev will come out using his lateral movement, using his rhythmic movement, shoe shining a little bit, throwing shots together, mixing in the hard shots. He going to try to establish his jab, and we're going to see if he going to put Anthony Yarde on the back foot and not let him mount no offense. And if Anthony Yarde get frustrated to mount some offense, is he going to, try to take a risk and get knocked out, or he going to take a risk and knock Kovalev out. But Kovalev going to come out there, use angles, test them early, use the jab, work the jab up and down. And if Yarde is occupied by the jab to the body of right hand, Kovalev going to come upstairs back with the right hand. Or he might even throw that little loopy, little weak left hook he got to set up a right hand upstairs. So it'll be interesting. But if Kovalev is going to win, it's basically going to be with his jab, doubling up, working it up and downstairs, touching the body, using angles, making Anthony Yarde either come to him at times or put Anthony Yarde on the back foot. But his jab is going to be an integral part. Just putting it down Anthony Yarde throat and maybe moving on the back foot or coming forward is the question. I think, early on, I think he's going to put Yarde on the back foot, jab, power jab, put his right hand behind it. And we're going to see if Anthony Yarde can take the punishment early. And also, another thing I like to acknowledge about Anthony Yarde, any weakness is his corner. His corner's never been on his championship level. Let McGurphy's got a huge advantage over Tunji Ajayi as well. But what Kovalev need to do is just let Yarde know who boss early on, pace himself, and then if he can't get Yarde out of there and Yarde just shows to be a true warrior, then if I was him, I just wouldn't throw the kitchen sink unless I knew I had him hurt and I knew I was gonna knock him out and I worked the body. But if he think he got Yarde hurt, Yarde is rolling shots, or he survived and Kovalev punched himself out, it may be a case where Kovalev might get knocked out. So Kovalev need to pace himself versus young, hungry lion and need to, touch him to the body and kind of slow him down. And then if it comes to where he can take Kovalev power, then just outbox him down the stretch like you did Yarde Alvarez, which you should not have no problem outboxing a guy like Anthony Yarde. Now, Anthony Yarde, if I was him, I would come out aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I would come out aggressive, using angles, shoot my jab down Kovalev's throat, dropping the right hand to the body. I would just be trying to push Kovalev back, trying to speed the pace up early on, work his body. I would be trying to get to Kovalev inside. That's another weakness for Kovalev is fighting on the inside. If you're able to get on inside Kovalev reach, I'll try to go to the inside, work the body, grind him down. He can't get leverage on the inside. He can't take body work. And that's what Yarde should be doing right away. It's really trying to, take away, get past Kovalev's stick, go to Kovalev's body, and work the body, Don't sit here and try to outbox this guy, let him set the pace and, outbox you for 12 rounds. You really need to try to go for it, but be intelligent about it. You got to try to walk away from that straight right hand and try to get away from it and try to get over that jab. You know what I'm saying? But I think Yarde can actually do it. But I think Yarde really need to really focus on body work and jab into the solar plex, jab into the body. And once they get inside Kovalev reach, I think they're going to be able to rip a lot of body shots there. I think they're going to have to find a home for a lot of shots there as well. And I think they need to stay on the inside. That's what I'll be working on. A lot of inside work, being tight. And if Yarde can get on the inside and rip them shots to Kovalev body early on, I think he win. But if he outboxes Kovalev, I think that'd be a huge, huge surprise, man. But we'll see, man. But you know what? I'm going to go on a limb on this one, man. I'm going to pick Anthony Yarde to stop Kovalev in 8 rounds. I could be hella wrong. I'm going to pick Anthony Yarde, man. I seen some things on film. I know his level of opposition ain't been what it was, and that goes kind of against my principle about fighting nobody, but I just got a feeling. I got a hunch that Anthony Yarde is going to get the knockout. 8, 9 rounds. Could be wrong. He can get knocked out in one himself, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I ain't did too many prediction videos this year. I'm going to pick Anthony Yarde. I'm going to just say ninth round knockout for Anthony Yarde. I could be hella wrong, but I like what I seen on film. I think he schooled pretty well. Huge step up, but you got a guy dealing with legal issues. You got a guy fighting in front of his hometown, probably for the first time in a long time. You got a guy that you know the body is the weakness. You got a guy who got a speed disadvantage. You got a guy in Anthony Yarde, like Tyson Fury said, if he don't win this fight, it's over with. He should have to retire. So picking a young lion from the UK to win, may regret this. Picking Anthony Yarde to get the victory. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, a video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code GoodFellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code description. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Share the videos. Best donation you can make. Follow us on social media. Got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship. Reach out to your boy one time for the one time. Goodfellow Sports TV, Anthony Yarde. What I say, 8 rounds? 8 or 9 rounds. We gone.